Okay, we're gonna hop into another league game against obviously lovely ladies. And they're gonna have Leanne on the mound once again. She only went one inning last time, and we'll have Bill Murray as our starter. And we'll go ahead and play ball. Now it's funny because this is the third game. The first game, the score was 8-3, I believe. And then last game we won 1-0. So, and that was after we added what I thought was a little bit more power to a few of the bats in the lineup. So, that's baseball stars for you. You know, just because you have a powered up player doesn't mean they're always going to deliver at the plate. That's just baseball in general, right? The best hitter only gets a hit every 3 times. So with one away, here's Linda. And we'll play, I don't know if we'll finish out the league that I created when I started this. We'll see. I wanna win at least, you know, 3 or 4 more games against them. And then, oh, there's a hit in the gap. And that might be the first extra base hit for the ladies. It is. It's a double. So we got a runner in scoring position for Chris. But there are 2 outs. There's a high pop fly, and the third baseman is going to be able to get under it to end the inning. But yeah, so it'll be more interesting to have a few more teams in the league, because then we can look at everybody's statistics. And then at some point, I'll create a second team, and I'll kind of go through the same sort of process. So I want to have a second team that has all 15s for the prestige, but isn't really that good. So I can put them in the league and then just beat up on them and get even more money. More money. But that's going to be down the road, you know. First, we got to take care of what's in front of us. With 1 away, I just swung on the pitch that was going to hit Charlie. That's okay. 0-1. Here's the pitch from Leanne. Oh, and that one does hit him. Okay, so hit by the pitch. And here's Jerry Seinfeld. Swings, and that is going to get all the way into center field. And there are going to be 2 on. For Che with an RBI try. That's outside. Just missed the plate. Leanne from the stretch. There's another ball inside. It was a slider that slid too much. Oh, that's in there. Right down Broadway. 4 strike. 2-1. Still a hitter's count for Che. Oh, and that was inside. I swung at ball 3. Yeah, but. All right, Leanne with the 2-2 pitch. That was a ball, but I somehow was able to get the bat on it, and that's going to drop for a hit. Che's going to have at least 1 RBI, maybe 2 for this double, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double. 2-0 Comedians. That'll bring up Will, our first baseman, hitting 307. Now, in Baseball Stars, 307 is not a great average. It just isn't. You want to be hitting around 500-600. That's really the better measure. That's outside to Adam, the left fielder. Ooh, there's a grounder to first base, and that will end the inning. So 2-0 Comedians after 1. Dania will lead things off. She's the center fielder. The number 5 hitter. She fouls this one back. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Bill. The left-handed pitcher hurls it, and it's hit foul. Dania spoiled a good pitch. She's hitting 625 with a home run. Kind of curious why she's the number 5 hitter. She should be the number 2 or 3 hitter, but here we are. It pops out to Ian at short. With 1 away, here's Susan, the catcher. She hits a little grounder, or a little liner that drops in front of the second baseman, and she's thrown out for the second out. Emma, hitting 142. It's a little grounder to the first baseman, who steps on the bag to end the inning. After 1.5, it's 2-0 Hilarious Comedians. Ian will lead things off, the number 7 hitter. The shortstop looks at a strike. 0-1. Leanne with the pitch. That's inside. 1-1. Leanne, the lefty, throws another strike. 1-2. She's got an ERA of 9. Not great. Ian hits this one, and it's going to be a little single into left field. Leadoff single for the shortstop, which will bring up Judd, the catcher, hitting .416. Oh, he swings and misses. That's off the plate. Good pitch from Leanne. Good pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Oh, that's off the plate. 1 and 2. Judd's gonna have to get a hit because the pitch is up next. So we don't want to waste an out here. Oh! I checked my swing and worked the full count. Good job. Here's the payoff pitch. Oh, it just caught the plate. Damn. So here's the pitcher, Bill Murray. Looks at a strike. That's 95 mile per hour fastball. Very nice from Leanne. That's in there. Inside. These pitches are crazy. The sliders, you never know when they're gonna slide. That evens the count at 2. And that's way outside. If you want to walk the pitcher, that's fine with me. That catches the plate. Another strikeout for Leanne. Groucho trying to get something going for the comedians after they got the first hitter on. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Like I said, Leanne only went 1 inning last time, and she gets Groucho to pop up, and she'll be under. To end the inning. After 2, it's 2-0 comedians. So Hong will lead things off. And a little weak grounder to the shortstop, but she might beat that out. There she does. Infield single for Hong. So now they're going to replace Leanne. I don't understand why they do that. She's pitching so well. I don't know why the AI is programmed to do that. Maybe because she's the number... No, she's the ace, I think. Oh, no, she's the... Yeah, she is the ace. So I don't know why... they do that. It made sense in the first game because there were... I guess because there are runners on. I don't know. I guess if the algorithm must be like... If it's past the first inning, the pitcher is up, and there's at least 1 runner on, and we have 4 relievers available, then pinch hit. That's what it must be. But regardless, nothing doing for the ladies. 2 out. Oh, the runner's trying to steal, but it's a hit to third base, and Will throws her out. Let's head to the bottom of the 3rd. Grace is going to come in. So Charlie's going to lead things off. Facing Grace, who has an ERA of 3.6. Oh, and 1. Here's the pitch. Charlie swings and misses. 0-2. We want to make sure, we'd like these games to not go 9 innings. If we can score 10 runs, then the mercy rule takes effect and the game will end. We were able to do that. We were able to do that against the SNK Crushers, but haven't been able to do that against the lovely ladies so far. Jerry hits a nice high pop fly in the gap, and that is going to drop. That's going to be extra bases. It could bring home a run. It won't. It won't. We'll have runners at 2nd and 3rd for Che. Nobody out. This could be shaping up to be a huge inning. Che hits a high drive into left field, but the left fielder's under it. Will it be enough for the sac fly? Yes, it is. 3-0. And that'll bring up Will with 1 out. Still a runner on 2nd. Will swings and grounds to the 2nd baseman, who tries to throw to 3rd. Bad decision, because now they're going to be 2 on with only 1 away for Adam, the left fielder. He tries to check his swing, but it's a strike regardless. Here's the 0-1. He swings, and there's a drive into right field. Oh, fielder makes the catch. I wasn't 100% sure if that was going to bounce or not, but here's Ian. 2 on, 2 out. Looks at a strike inside. He's hitting .538. Swings and misses, and he's quickly down 0-2. And that's going to be a high pop fly. It's into left field. Is it going to drop? Oh my lord, it's going to drop. And that will score another run. 4-0. So Judd, who who has a little bit of pop in that bat. He looks at a ball way off the plate. Grace pitches, that's in there. Ooh, 95 mile per hour. I don't want any part of that fastball. Baseball stars pitches were thrown in the mid-90s before it was cool. Judd hits this one. I think it's going to land foul. It is. Umpire calls it out in left field. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Grace. Judd swings and misses to end the inning. Damn. But the comedians do put 2 more on the board. It's 4-0. Here's Cheryl. Oh, Bill is really sleepy. But his spot leads off the next inning, so if we can get through this, even if the ladies score 1 run, well, there's a high drive into left field, and that is going to be off the wall for with 1 away. Here's the center fielder, Dania. There's a slow pitch from Bill. Third baseman fields it, throws to second for 1, and the throw to first is not in time. But there are 2 outs now for Susan, the catcher. There's a little weak grounder, and the runner gets tagged. All right, so nothing doing for the lovely ladies in the top of the 4th inning. Let's head to the bottom of the 4th. Bill will lead things off, but actually he's going to get yanked for a pinch hitter. It'll be Freddie. Grace winds up, delivers the pitch. Freddie swings, and it's right to the first baseman who steps on the bag. So with 1 down, here's Groucho hitting .625. He awaits the pitch, swings, and that's a grounder to the third baseman. Easy second out for the ladies' pitcher, Grace. So with 2 down, here's Charlie hitting .538. He fouls this first one off. The second baseman waits for the pitch. It's inside. The 1-1 pitch from Grace. Charlie swings and grounds to the shortstop, and he gets thrown in. Oh, no. He beats it out. Infield single for Chaplin. But Seinfeld lines out to the pitcher to end the inning. All right. 2-0. That's been our inning-by-inning score so far. So, we'll go ahead and bring in Pit D1 to face off with Emma. Hitting .125. Wow, that's a drive, but it's way foul. Out of play. Here's the 0-1. Emma fouls this one off, but this one might be playable for the first baseman. And it is. First out of the inning. Huh. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Jocelyn, the lefty, to face the righty. Not a bad move. But she pops out to the second baseman. With 2 down, here's Grace. It's an easy pop fly. And that'll end the inning. Ladies have yet to score a run this game. Here's Chet to lead things off. Against Grace. Swings and drives this one into left field, but it will not have the distance. We have not even come close to a home run so far. Here's Will, the first baseman, hitting .333. He swings and he grounds this one just past the second baseman. And that'll be a single. Adam, the left fielder, looks at a strike. Grace still in there. The lefty delivers, and that's way outside. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Adam swings, and there's a little bloop past the second baseman. That'll put another runner on. Manager has seen enough. Grace is out of there. Juana will come in. She lowered her ERA from 9.99 to 5.40. But Ian looks at another ball. It's quickly 2-0. Here's the pitch. That's another ball. 3-0. I'm taking all the way here. And that's a 4-pitch walk to load the bases for Judd. Juana pitches. Judd swings. It's a grounder to the third baseman who steps on the bag, throws to second, gets the double play. Unorthodox, but it gets the job done. And the comedians walk away with nothing. Here's Gina to lead things off. It's an opposite field pop-up. The right fielder gets under it and makes the catch. With one down, here's Linda. Hit D1, throws it, and Linda with a weak grounder, but she might be able to beat this out. Let's see. Nope, can't do it. Third baseman throws her out, and 2 down for Cheryl, the right fielder. The number 3 hitter grounds sharply to the first baseman, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Ladies go down in order. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitcher spot up. We'll go ahead and see if we can get a little bit of offense out of this spot. Bat D1. I don't have a name for this player yet. Bat D1 swings, and that's going to land for a little bloop single. It is, and it's going to get past the right fielder. Bat D1 is going to have himself a triple. That is a beautiful thing when you could bring in a pinch hitter for your pitcher and get a triple. That's a very rare occurrence. So back to the top of the order, it's Groucho with nobody out. Runner on third, he looks at a strike. Juana is getting ready to deliver the pitch. Groucho lines out to the shortstop. 1 down, here's Charlie. There's a strike, just got the plate. The 0-1 is lined into left field, and that will drive in the 5th run of the game. Here we go. Hilarious Comedians got something cooking in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5 runs away from that mercy rule if we can get to it, but Jerry lines out to the left fielder. So with 2 down, 1 on, here's Che hitting .588. He started this season off red hot. He's the third baseman. He swings and misses and grounds to the pitcher, who throws out the lead runner to end the inning. We head to the Lucky 7 fight, and we'll have Tracy hop in there again. Eddie hasn't pitched yet, but we'll save him as a in case of emergency break glass type of pitcher. Left fielder Adams under it for the first out of the inning. And here's Dania. The center fielder grounds it to the shortstop, and she gets thrown out. So here's Susan with 2 down in the top of the 7th. She swings and misses. Pitch from Tracy. It's in there for a strike. 0-2 count. Here comes the sinker that didn't sink. She grounds out to the first baseman to end the inning. Ladies go down in order once again. Bottom of the 7th inning. Coming up next, here's Will. The first baseman will lead things off. He swings and fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. Oh, and that hits Will. Hit by pitch. Adam up next, the lefty. Hits this one into foul territory, just out of the reach of the first baseman, though. 0-1 to Adam, hitting .437. He looks at a strike. And he's down 0-2. Swings and pops this one sky high. The catcher will get under it. Susan will make the play. 1 away. Here's Ian, the shortstop, hitting .571. He grounds to the shortstop. This might be 2. There's 1, and there's 2. So quick inning for the ladies on defense. And we're heading to the top of the 8th inning. 5-0 Comedians. They are firmly in the driver's seat. Here's the pitch from Tracy. It's fouled off. 0-1 to Emma, who's hitting .111 in the season. She plays first base for the ladies. And she strikes out looking. Here's Jocelyn, who came in to pinch hit for Hong. And she grounds out weakly to the first baseman. Juana will come up next, but they're going to yank her for a pinch hitter. It's Karen. No relation to the meme. This was way before that Karen meme. And Karen hops out to the third baseman. Another 1-2-3 inning. Let's head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kelly, with an ERA of 6 on the dot, pitches to Judd. What is that? Yeah, it was Judd. He fouled it off. Hitting .333. He awaits the pitch and fouls this one off to the other side of the diamond. 0-2. The lefty winds, delivers, and that's inside for a ball. 77 mile per hour. Pitch. Judd awaits the 1-2. And there's a drive to left field. It's going. It's got a chance. It's gone. The very first home run for the Hilarious Comedian franchise. And it's 6-0. Judd Apatow does the honors. That'll bring up the pitcher spot. Tracy, he'll go ahead and hit for himself. May as well. And there's a ball way inside. 1-1. Tracy awaits the pitch, and he gets hit. Kelly with a little bad blood toward Tracy. And beans him. That'll bring up Groucho. Still nobody out. In the bottom of the 8th. Oh, and I swung at a ball way inside. That was a slider that slid hard. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Groucho swings. It's an opposite field grounder into the outfield. And it's a single. 2 on, nobody out for Charlie Chaplin, the second baseman. Hitting 600. He swings at a ball way inside. Kelly still pitching well. Trying to get out of a big-time jam. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's inside. Ball. Nearly hit Charlie. Who's waiting the 1-2. He swings, and there's a pop fly. That's in shallow outfield. It's going to drop for a single. That will load the bases. Still nobody out. Comedians are up 6-0. Here's Jerry Seinfeld. Hitting 500. Looks at a strike. The lefty swings, and he grounds this one in between the first and second baseman. That'll drive in a run. 7-0. Still nobody out. Here's Che, the third baseman. Kelly's losing a little bit of steam. Velo is dipping. Here comes the 0-1. That's way inside. 1-1. Che hitting 555. Looks at another ball inside. That nearly hit him. 2-1 hitters count. Here comes the pitch. Che swings, and there's a drive to left field. It's going to be caught. Don't know if it's deep enough for the sac fly. Let's see. It is. Sac fly for Che. And that'll bring up Will. 1 down, 2 out. Will hitting 375. Comedians up 8-0 in the bottom of the 8th. With the chance for the mercy rule here. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. Kelly winds out of the stretch. And Will hits a pop fly. Where is that going to land? It's going to drop in between the center fielder and the left fielder. It'll drive in at least one. Will's hustling, and he gets thrown out. He's way too slow to stretch that into a double. 2 out. Still got a chance. Adam swings and misses. We still got a chance for that mercy rule. Here comes the 0-1. Kelly is struggling, completely out of gas. Noodle arm, winds, delivers, that's inside. 1-2. Adam hitting 411, trying to drive in that 10th run. Looks at a ball, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Adam swings and misses somehow. So we're heading to the 9th inning. No shot for the mercy rule, but we're getting close. We're getting close. There's a quick out. The number 2 hitter, Linda, now up to face Tracy. Tracy's still feeling good on the mound. There's a ground to the third baseman. Linda's going to try to stretch that, and she beats out the throw. Infield single. Here's Cheryl, the right fielder, with a pop-up. It's going to get just past Ian into left field. Oh, but the lead runner just barely beat that throw. 2 on, 1 away. Here's Chris with a high drive. It's deep. It's going. But the left fielder just in front of the warning track makes the catch. So the ladies down to their last chance. Here's Dania, the center fielder. That's a high pop fly, not nearly as deep. Shortstop is going to get under, and Ian makes the catch. Slaps the leather on it to end the game. 9-0. Hilarious comedians take the contest and are now 3-0 against the lovely ladies. Tracy with his second save of the season. Judd got that first home run for the franchise. And that'll get us another $60K to power up the squad. Squad up! And we're going to take that money. Scared money don't make money. We're going to give some power to Adam. 16K. So I think they're all 16K now. Everybody in the lineup. 16, 16. The defense is good enough. The running is good enough. The pitching is good enough. So what we want to do is, I mean, at least to face off with the lovely ladies. So what we're going to do, I think, I didn't talk about this yet, but they have a max amount of points. Technically, you can get a max 90 player. That's really, really hard to come by. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that. We'll worry about that later. But right now, a max of 85. That's really good. And since everybody in the lineup is worth 16K, we may as well power up our guy with the most potential. So we gave him a couple more points. And now we'll go for another 16. He's a max 73, so that's cool. We'll give him a little bit more power. That gets him to 20K. We can do one more. Let's see who else has a good max. Will does. So, oh yes, Jack, that's the most points you can get. It randomly assigns you amount of points when you power them up. From 1 to 6, we got the 6, finally. So we'll be able to give him some better contact and some better power. So I think we'll face off with the ladies one more time. How about that? How about that? That's what I'm talking about. So, game number 4 against the lovely ladies, the hilarious comedians. Buster is gonna get the start once again. And let's get this game going. Play ball! So, Gina, once again, will lead things off. Looks at the pitch from Buster. She hits it high in the air. Ian is gonna get under it to make the first out. So with one down, here's Linda hitting 333. That's another high pop fly. It's gonna get into shallow left field. Adam's trying to get there, cannot. That will be a single for Linda. First hit of the game for the ladies. That'll bring up Cheryl. The right fielder grounds it to second baseman, Charlie, who gets the lead runner and nothing more. That's a tough double play to turn. And Chris is up, grounds it just past a diving Ian. And that will get 2 on. Ladies trying to score early. Let's see how Buster responds. Here's the pitch to Dania. There's a high pop fly in left field. Not nearly deep enough. Adam is going to get under it and make the final out of the inning. So after a half is 0-0. Comedians coming up. Groucho will lead things off to face Amy of Sonic the Hedgehog fame. That's a ball inside. Groucho hitting 578. He swings and hits one to the shortstop. Makes the catch just above the grass. 1 away for Charlie. 625 on the year. He drives one deep. It's in left field. Does it have a distance? No, it does not. Left fielder is under it and makes the catch. So with 2 down, here's Jerry, the right fielder, hitting 526. He swings and that ball was way inside. There's a pop fly in foul territory. Susan makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Comedians go down in order. Top of the second. Buster to face Susan. There's a drive in right field. It's going, but the right fielder is under it and makes the catch. Well in front of the wall. With 1 down, here's Emma. Trying to stay above 100. She hits it to Charlie, who makes the catch, and she beats it out for an infield single. I kind of felt bad for her there. Here's Hong, the shortstop. Attempts the bunt, but it pops up, and very nearly is a double play. Here's the pitcher, Amy. Rudder's trying to steal, and he's going to get thrown out by Judd. Bad move. Let's head to the bottom of the second. Here's Che, the third baseman, hitting 526. He swings and drives one into shallow left. Left fielder is running and makes the catch. 1 down. Will, the first baseman, hitting 411. Waits the pitch from the righty Amy. That's in there for a strike. Amy with a 1.50 ERA. Here's the pitch. Will hits a little weak grounder right back to the pitcher, and he's thrown out. With 2 down, here's Adam, the left fielder, 388 hitter. 0-1 the count to Adam. He is awaiting the pitch from Amy. That's inside to even the count at 1. Amy with that softball style delivery. Adam swings and grounds one to the first baseman, who catches it on the bag for the final out. 1-2-3 inning for the comedians. Let's head to the third. Buster in there again to face Amy because the runner was thrown out last inning. She grounds to the shortstop, Ian, who throws her out. So here's Gina, the leadoff hitter, hitting 153. There's an opposite field pop-up. Right fielder is under it and makes the catch. So with 2 down, here's Linda, the second baseman. There's a high pop fly into shallow left. Adam is running, he's under it, and he makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning. Welcome to SNK Stadium. The only stadium in this game, by the way. Ian will lead things off. The shortstop awaits the pitch. He swings and he grounds to his counterpart, who attempts to throw him out and does. Okay, with 1 down, here's the catcher. Here's a swing and a sharp grounder into left field. That'll be a hit for Judd. That'll bring up the pitcher spot. Buster. Let's see if we can get a bunt down. Oh, that was inside, huh? Buster shows bunt, and that's another one inside. So now Buster's down 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Amy. And he strikes out. Center fielder up again. Hitting 550. Here's the 0-1. He swings and drives one. And the shortstop is under it. Hong makes the final out. But the comedians at least get 1 hit. Let's head to the top of the 4th. Cheryl, the right fielder, will lead things off. She grounds to Charlie, who throws her out easily. 1 away. Buster to face Chris. And there's a line out to Buster. With 2 down, here's Dania. Hitting 384, but that's a weak grounder to the third baseman. Will she beat it out? She will. They've got speed on that squad. Susan, the catcher, fouls the first pitch off. That's going to drop. Right fielder can't get to it. It's a little too slow. Here's the 0-1. Susan fouls off another one. 0-2. Buster throws, and there's another foul ball. That one's going to drop again in front of the stands. No no ball boy, so it's going to bounce into the stands. Susan grounds out weakly to the first baseman to end the inning. Ladies have 4 hits, but no runs. Let's head to the bottom of the 4th. Here's Charlie, the 588 second baseman. He swings and lines to the left fielder. It drops right in front of him. That's a leadoff single for the comedians. Jerry Seinfeld, the right fielder, hitting 500. He swings and he drives one into right field, but I believe that's going to be a can of corn for the right fielder. I believe that's Cheryl. Either Cheryl or Chris. Here's Che with 1 on. He's the third baseman and he's hitting 500. There's a strike. Amy out of the stretch. Che swings and there's a drive into left field. And that's going to drop. Horrid defense from the left fielder. That will be at least a double for Che. And we're going to have runners at second and third for Will. The first baseman looks at a strike. Here comes the 0-1 from Amy. The lovely ladies wearing their pink jersey, shorts, socks. They've got, I guess, dark pink caps and shoes. And there's a line out. Runners get back in time. 2 down. Here's Adam trying to drive in the game's first run. The lefty looks at a ball inside. Amy winds, delivers, and there's a swing and a miss. 1-1. There's a weak grounder to the second baseman, and Adam gets thrown out to end the inning. So, the comedians do nothing. Let's head to the 5th inning. Emma, the first baseman, to lead things off. She swings and grounds to her counterpart at first base, who steps on the bag for that first out. Hong, the shortstop, hitting 333. A weak pop-up, but that's going to be an infield single? Oh no, Hong not quite fast enough to beat that throw. So with 2 down, here's the pitcher, Amy. Buster slowing down just a little bit. That velo is dipping. There's going to be a little bloop infield single for the pitcher. Oh well. It'll bring up Gina, who swings and hits a high drive to right field. Seinfeld under it, and he makes the catch. Nothing happening for the ladies in the 5th inning. Let's head to the bottom half. Ian's going to lead things off. He's hitting 500. He swings and drives a high pop fly into shallow left. The left fielder is trying to run and get there. Will not. and Ian will have himself a single. I'll bring up Judd, who has the only home run on the roster. He sharply grounds one just past the bag at third, and that's going to be a double. So with nobody out, 2 on, the Comedians have a rally going, and Buster's up. So because he's the pitcher and he's already getting tired, we'll bring in Freddie. Even though Bat D1 has the hit, but Freddie, I think, has the better stats. He looks at a ball outside. Amy Wines delivers. Ooh, that just catches the plate. Good pitch, 1-1. Freddie weakly grounds up the middle, but it gets past the second baseman, and Freddie has an RBI off the bench. So with runners at the corners, nobody out, the ladies are going to put in a new pitcher. It's Grace to face Groucho. Grace throws one inside. Good eye from Groucho. There's another ball. 2-0 quickly. Grace with that nasty slider. You got to be careful. There's a strike. 86-mile-per-hour fastball. In the zone. Here's the 2-1. Groucho swings and he lines to the third baseman, who catches it, steps on the bag for the double play. Very nearly had a triple play. That's a bad break for the Comedians. Charlie weakly grounds to the third baseman, who made a mistake. So now there are 2 on. There are 2 runners on, 2 outs. Here's Jerry Seinfeld. He swings and lines one over the second baseman's head. That's in the gap. It's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to drive in at least 1. The runner from third is going and will score without a throw. It's 3-0. RBI double for Seinfeld. A nice 2-out hit. Chess swings and grounds right back to the pitcher for the final out of the inning. So the Comedians take a not commanding, but a nice 3-0 lead. So we're going to bring in Pit D1, even though he doesn't have a name. That's okay. He pitched well enough for us last time. There's a weak grounder to Ian, who catches it and throws out the first batter of the inning for the ladies. Cheryl, the right fielder, swings and sharply grounds to the first baseman. That exit velocity was about 99 miles per hour. With 2 gone, here's Chris, the left fielder. She sharply grounds in between shortstop and third base for a single. And here we go, 2 outs. Here's Dania. There's a high pop fly, but it's foul. And it bounces into the stands. 0-1. Dania swings and fouls off another one. 0-2. Here's the pitch from Pit D1. There's a liner into the outfield. That's going to be another hit. So 2 on, 2 out, and here is Susan, the catcher. She swings and drives one high into right field, but it will land foul. They had the distance, but it was foul by a few feet. And she just weakly grounds to the first baseman to end the inning. So after 5.5, 3-0, Comedians on top. Will Farrell, the first baseman, will lead off the inning. He's hitting .368. He looks at a ball outside. Grace has a 4.50 ERA. The lefty winds and delivers. Will swings and pops one up behind the backstop, but the catcher is going to make the easy play. Umpire calls him out. There's 1 down. Adam, the left fielder, up. He's hitting .350. He swings and drives one into shallow right. That might drop, and it will drop. Runner on first for Ian, hitting .529. There's a strike. There's another strike. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ian swings and drives one into left field, but it's going to be foul. Had some good distance, but just barely foul. Here comes the 0-2 from Grace. Ian swings and misses. Strike out. But here's Judd. Grace is not out of the woods yet. Judd looks at a ball outside. Judd is hitting .444, and like I said, he has the only home run so far this season for the Comedians. Oh, he tries to check his swing, fouls one off into the stands. He is down 1-2. Comes the pitch from Grace. There's a grounder to the shortstop. Hong throws out the lead runner, and that will end the 6th inning. Lucky 7 fight coming up. Here's a pitch from Pit D1 facing the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. If anybody gets on, then Linda will come up. Or Gina. I think Gina's the #1 hitter. Here's the 0-2 from Pit D1, and Emma strikes out. So now it's the time of the game where Hung gets pinch hit for. It's Rachel. Rachel drives one into shallow left field. Adam is running to try to get there. It will drop. So nice substitution for the lovely ladies as the pinch hitter is able to get a single. That'll bring up Grace, the pitcher, who tries to bunt, pops it up behind the backstop. Catcher catches it. Oh, and it was very nearly a double play. Judd did not throw quickly enough, but here's Gina, who grounds between the shortstop and third base. That's a nice little single, seeing eye single. And with 2 on, 2 out, here's Linda, the second baseman. Pit D1 trying to work his way out of a jam, and does. Ian tags out the lead runner to end the top half of the 7th inning. Let's head to the bottom half. Pit D1 is gonna have a pinch hitter hit in his spot. We'll bring in Bat D1, who got the triple last time, if you remember. That was a nice hit. Let's see if he can replicate that. He swings and drives one into left field. The left fielder will run down that one and make the catch. 1 down. Here's Groucho, hitting 500. That means for every 10 plate appearances, he has 5 hits. Here's the pitch. Ooh, it very nearly hit him. Thankfully, he's just a 2D sprite. Here's the 1-1. Groucho swings through. It's a strike. 1 and 2. He's trying to start up a little rally, maybe get a mercy rule going. And he hits one into left field. Groucho's gonna have a double for the hilarious comedians. Runner in scoring position for his boy Charlie Chaplin, who mans second base. He's hitting .631 on the season. He looks at a strike from Grace. Here's the 0-1. That's outside. 1-1 the count. Comedians up 3-0, trying to extend the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. There's a swing and a miss. Charlie swings, and there's a drive into left field. But it will not have the distance, and that will be the 2nd out. Seinfeld up now, hitting 500 as well. Top of the order, looking really good for the comedians. Not a lot of power, but a lot of contact. Jerry swings and pops this one up. The pitcher's going to get under it and should make the final out of the inning. So after 7, it's comedians 3, ladies nothing. We're going to bring in Tracy once again, who's got a nice, pristine ERA, .90. There's a high pop fly into right field. Is it going to stay fair? It is. So there's a leadoff single for the ladies, who are trying to get on the board. They have not scored since that first matchup. And there's another hit. Oh my goodness, the ladies have something cooking here. Nobody out, 2 on, and here's Dania, the center fielder. She's got some power and drives one into left field. Adams trying to get under it. Cannot, it's off the top of the wall. And that will load the bases. Oh my goodness. Susan, the catcher, and the number 6 hitter awaits the pitch from Tracy. There's a sharp grounder into right field, and that will score the first run of the game for the lovely ladies. They have cut that deficit to 2. Emma, the first baseman, lines one. Oh my God, that's going to be into shallow right field for another RBI single. It is now 3-2. Still nobody out. Here's Rachel with a pop fly into shallow left field. Oh my God, I cannot believe they're doing this. Oh, but they didn't run. They thought it was going to be caught. So the lead runner is going to get thrown out at home. The pitcher spot up next. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's Taka, who's hitting 1,000. She grounds one sharply, but it's foul. Bases loaded. 1 down. Here's the 0-1. It's a drive into shallow right field. Jerry's trying to get there. He cannot, but can he make the throw home? He won't. That will tie the game. Ladies are showing off some of those offensive skills. Here's Gina, the leadoff hitter. She lines one to the shortstop, who easily catches it. 2 down, and here's Linda. Tracy throws it. It's a little grounder to third base, and that will end the inning, but not before. The ladies score 3 in the top half of the 8th inning. It is a tie ball game. They're going to bring in Juana to pitch the bottom of the 8th. We'll face with Che, who grounds one just past Juana into center field. That is a leadoff single. That's how we get that lead back. Will try to move the runner up. He looks at a strike just on the plate. Juana with the delivery. It is inside to even the count at 1. Will is hitting .350. Not quite as good as his teammates, but he grounds another one past the pitcher. 2 grounders into center field, and there are very quickly 2 runners on for Adam. The left fielder, he's hitting .380. He looks at a ball that nearly hits him. Juana trying to get that command under rain, but there's a strike, 86 mile per hour. Here's the 1-1 from Juana. Adam swings and grounds one weakly, but it's foul. That's 1-2. Adam awaits the pitch, and he's hit! Juana hits the pitch, the batter. That loads the bases. So here's Ian. He looks at a strike. Still nobody out. Oh, Ian swings at a pitch way outside. It's 0-2. Ian swings at another one. This one is a little liner. It's going to drop in the gap, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. The second runner is coming. Will the third run score? Ian's going to have himself a bases clearing double. It is 6-3. The Comedians are on top once again. Still nobody out. Here's Judd. The power hitting catcher grounds one sharply to the third baseman. He will move up the runner, but he'll get thrown out himself. Fielder's choice. 1 down for the pitcher, Tracy, who's going to get pinch hit for. Now, I guess bat C1. Here comes the pitch. Bat C1 swings and grounds one into the outfield and will have himself an RBI. He doesn't have a name yet. Runner on first for Groucho. Comedians up 7-3. Here's the pitch. Groucho swings and fouls one back. Susan is trying to get under it and will. So that's the second out. 2-away. Charlie's up, hitting .600. He awaits the pitch and it just catches the zone. 0-1. Juana winds, delivers. Charlie swings, and there's a pop fly into left field, but the fielder will get to it. Oh, just barely. And that ends the inning. So, with a 4-run lead, the de facto closer, Eddie, is going to make his first appearance to face Cheryl. There's a high drive in right field, but Seinfeld is under it. He makes the catch. 1 down. Chris, the left fielder, up next. She swings, and there's another pop fly, but this time the shortstop, Ian, is under it. He makes the catch. 2 down. With 2 away, last chance for the ladies. Dania grounds one to the third baseman, Che, who throws and beats him. So, that's a quick inning, and it's game over. Comedians win once again, 7-3. No mercy rule, but, you know. Tracy with his second win of the season. He's 2-0 with 2 saves. And we get another $60,000. Okay. So, we will go ahead and let's see. We can, oh yeah. Let's find all the guys in the lineup that are 16K and give them some more pointages. So he has a max of 49, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll eventually trade him, probably to the other squad that we make. Yeah, that's good. 16K. We have 29K left over. I'll give some more points to Adam. Nice. Okay. Very good. He's now worth 20K. Okay, so we don't have quite enough to power up another batter, but we can power up another pitcher. I guess we better start doing that, right? Give him some more speed, a little bit more stamina. I like that. Okay. Alrightio. So, here we are. Not that it matters too much, but we're 5-0. We easily beat the SNK Crushers. That was a very easy mercy rule. We've beaten the lovely ladies. Not always easily, but we have beaten them 4 out of 4 times. We're gonna play once again the lovely ladies. It's the 5th game. Maybe the last one we play against them, at least in this league. I might start another league to switch it up a bit. And we're gonna have Bill Murray on the mound once again. New game. Let's see if we can get a little bit more done on offense. Here's the first pitch of the game. Gina grounds one to Che, and she's gonna beat it out for a leadoff single. Linda tries to bunt, swings right through it. She's down 0-2 and strikes out. Nice. Bill's got a 2.00 ERA. There's a high drive and deep. And it is going to go over the wall. Was that Cheryl or Chris? The ladies are up 2-0. Is that their first lead of this series? Damn. Good for them. That was Cheryl. So, 2-0. There's Chris. There's a little pop-up to Che at third base. He makes the play. 2 down for Dania. There's a pitch from Bill. That's inside. Dania's hitting 470. She also has a home run. Hopefully we can keep it that way. There's a ball inside. 2-1. Bill trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. There's a swing and a grounder. Foul. 2-2. With 2 outs, here's the pitch. Dania swings and it grounds it to Che, who catches it and throws to Will for the final out. So the ladies get on the board early. It's 2-0. Comedians coming up. Here's Groucho to lead things off. Face Leanne. She's got a 7.20 ERA. Not great by most standards. Here's the 0-1. Groucho swings and there's a high pop fly. The third baseman is under it, and she makes the play. 1 down. Charlie Chaplin up next. The second baseman awaits the pitch. That just catches the plate. Here comes the pitch. Charlie swings, and there's a liner into shallow right. That'll be a hit. Chaplin on board. 1 on for Jerry Seinfeld, the right fielder, hitting 478. Average a little bit down. He looks at a strike. That was a nice pitch. The lefty delivers, and Jerry swings and misses. 0-2. Oh, and that one just catches the plate for the strikeout. It's up to Che to extend the bottom of the first inning for the Comedians. He looks at a strike. 0-1. Oh, Che swings and misses. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Che swings, and there's a drive into the gap. It's going to drop in front of the center fielder. And he will have himself a single. So Comedians will have runners at the corners for Will Ferrell, who's hitting 380. The lefty looks at a strike. It's 0-1. Leanne delivers out of the stretch. Will swings and there's a drive. It's playable for the right fielder who makes the catch. And that ends the bottom of the first. Let's head to the second inning. Okay. Susan will lead things off. There's a little hit. Charlie's under it. He makes the catch. With 1 down, here's Emma. Now, I don't know how SNK came up with the names for the lovely ladies. Now, I wonder if maybe it was like the wives, girlfriends, and daughters of the SNK Crushers. Maybe? I know like the American Dreams are named after MLB greats like Babe Ruth. I think Ty Cobb's in there, Cy Young, Sandy Koufax. The Ghastly Monsters are all like famous monsters. Cyclops, Freddy, Jason, Cerberus. Oh, and Susan makes the catch right in front of the stands. 1 down. Very fast for the Comedians. The Ninja Black Sox all have Japanese names. I don't know if they're based on actual ninjas. There's a swing and a drive into left field, but the left fielder is there. Two away. Here's Judd, the power-hitting catcher. He looks at a strike. Who else is there? Well, I guess there are a lot of teams that I don't know how the players got there. Judd is hit by the pitch. That'll bring up the pitcher, Bill Murray. He swings and fouls this one back. Out of play. 0-1. Run around first for the Comedians, who are down 2-0 very early in this contest. Comes the pitch. It hits the plate. Strike 2. The 0-2 from Leon on the way. Bill swings and pops this one. Second baseman is running back and will make the play to end the inning. Hooray, hooray! We head to the third. Leanne, the pitcher, is now up to face her counterpart. No DHs, no designated hitters. You can bring in a pinch hitter for your pitcher, but that will make it so that you have to bring in another pitcher. So if you have no more relievers left, then you cannot substitute anybody for your pitcher. They have to stay in the game. So 0-1 to Gina. There's a weak pop fly. Chet is under it and makes the play. 2 outs. Here's Linda. It's very difficult to make an error in this game as well. If you're under the ball, you will catch it 100% of the time. Really, the only way you can make an error is if you try to make a throw to a base and you're like standing right next to it, then you'll overthrow the base. That's really the only way I believe that you can make an error. Groucho grounds out to the third baseman to start the bottom of the third, and here's Charlie hitting .590 this young season. There's a strike. Leanne trying to protect this 2-run lead. Ladies have yet to win a ball game against the hilarious Comedians. There's a drive into the gap. It's going to drop in for a single. So here's Jerry Seinfeld, the number 3 hitter, hitting .458. He looks at a ball off the plate. 1-0 the count. Leanne out of the stretch. Jerry swings, and that was in the dirt. 1-1. There's another strike. Nice slider from Leanne. A 1-2 pitch on the way. Jerry half swings, lines out. Runner gets back. 2 away. Here's Che. Ooh, that was inside. I thought that was a strike, actually. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Che swings and pops this one up high. Leanne's gonna get under it and make the easy play to end the inning. After 3, it's 2-0, lovely ladies. Cheryl, who hit a home run in the first inning, is up once again. She fouls this one off. Bill is losing a little bit of his velo. Will be lucky to get out of the top of the fourth inning. But it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And Cheryl looks at a strike. Okay. With 1 away. Here's the left fielder. She grounds sharply to the third baseman, Che, who throws her out very easily. 2 down. Dania's hitting .444 with the other home run on this team. Not a whole lot of power in this lineup, but they will hit home runs here and there. Dania looks at a strike, and here comes the 0-2 from Bill. She sharply grounds to the third baseman, Che, who corrals it, throws to Will, and that will end the top half of the 4th inning. Comedians trying to get on the board. Will lead things off. There's a swing and a grounder to the shortstop, Hung, who throws out Will very easily. 1 away. Adam Sandler hitting .363. Looks at a strike right down Broadway. Leanne winds, delivers. It's outside. 1-1 and 1. Here's the pitch. A sinker that didn't sink. 1-2. Adam awaits the pitch. The lefty. Left fielder. Oh, looks at a strike. That just caught the plate. 2 down, and here's Ian hitting .500. There's a ball inside. Comes the pitch. Just caught the zone. 1-1. There's another ball inside. Leanne is seeing some of her velocity evaporating, and she hits Ian with the pitch. So Judd trying to drive in the game's first run for the Comedians. There's a high drive. It's deep. It's back. And the left fielder catches it right in front of the wall. Judd very nearly had his second home run of the year. But that will end the inning. Top of the 5th. Susan to lead things off. She grounds to Charlie, who throws her out handily. 1 away. Emma, the first baseman, now up, hitting 200. Another grounder to the second baseman, Charlie Chaplin. He throws her out 2 away. Bill Murray still in there, despite the fact that he's super tired. And he gets hung to ground to the shortstop. Ian throws her out easily. That's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Bill, which is nice because he comes up to lead off the inning, and we can bring in a nice pinch hitter, Freddie, to hit for him. So let's see if this can, if the comedians can get something going here in the bottom of the 5th. So far, no offense. Freddie grounds to the first baseman, who fields it and steps on the bag. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Groucho Marx. There's a slow pitch from Leanne. 49 miles per hour, that's inside. Leanne's still in there. Don't know how much leeway she's going to get from the manager. There's a strike, 1-1. And another strike, 1-2. I was waiting for a good pitch. Now I'm going to have to protect the plate. It's 1-2. Groucho hitting .461, swings and grounds weakly to the third baseman. And he can't leg out an infield single, 2 away. Charlie Chaplin now hitting .608. Looks at a pitch, off the plate, 1-0. Oh, he swings early, pops this one into foul territory. Susan's gonna get under it though, and make the final out of the inning. Comedians do nothing. Let's head to the 6th inning. We'll have to bring in Pit D1 to face the pitcher, Leanne. They're gonna leave her in. I'm down with that. 1 pitch, 1 out, as the pitcher lines out to Charlie. Here's Gina, the third baseman. She fouls this one. Here's the 0-1 from Pit D1. There's a high pop fly. Ian is under it, and he squeezes to make the play. 2 down. Here's Linda, the second baseman. There's the pitch. Linda fouls this one off. Pit D1 has not allowed a run yet, and is up 0-2. There's the pitch. Linda pops it up, and it's going to land right in front of the third baseman. That'll be an infield single. Basically a swinging bunt. 2 away. Here's Cheryl, who hit a home run. Here's a drive in the gap. This one's going to land in between Groucho and Seinfeld. Can Jerry get it in? He will. To the cutoff man. 2nd and 3rd for Chris, who lines out to the second baseman. That'll end the inning. Pit D1 gets out of a jam. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th and see if the comedians can get on the board. Jerry will lead things off, hitting .440 on the season. There's a ball inside. Leanne's still in there, not for much longer. Unless the comedians can't do anything against her. Here's the 2-0. Jerry swings, and there's a liner above the second baseman. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Seinfeld should have himself a leadoff double here. And he will. The manager still leaving Leanne in there. Here's Che with a runner in scoring position. The pitch. Che swings and grounds one to the shortstop, who makes a poor decision. Everybody's safe. Nobody out. 2 on for Will. The first baseman looks at a strike. 49-mile-per-hour sinker that didn't sink. Here comes the 0-1 from Leanne. Lefty delivers. Will looks at a ball way outside. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Will swings late and fouls this one off to the left side of the diamond. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Will swings, and there's a drive into the gap. It's going back. It's going to drop. Wasn't sure if they would catch that. It'll drive in at least 1 run. Just 1. Comedians are on the board. 2-1. Nobody out. Here's Adam. There's a strike. Runners at the corners. Leanne's still in there. If Adam gets on, this will likely be the last hitter that she faces. Here's the 0-2. Adam grounds out to the first baseman. Runners get back. 1 down for Ian. He looks at a strike. The shortstop is waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. That's way inside. Nearly hit him. Ian looks at another ball inside. 2-1. Somehow Leanne is still in there. She's battling. She's trying to grind out every out that she can. It's 2-2. Ian swings at the pitch. That's a liner. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder, and that will tie the game at 2. That will likely be it for Leanne. The manager has seen enough. He's going to bring in Juana to try to limit the damage here in the bottom of the 6th. She immediately throws a strike to Judd. He very nearly had his second home run. There's a drive. It's a liner. It's going to land in front of the left fielder, but the runners thought it was going to be caught. So the runner gets thrown out of second base. Runners at the corners. 2 down now for Pit D1. Let's go ahead and bring in a pinch batter. It'll be Bat C1 who's hitting 100. Don't know if this will make a difference, but we have to give it a shot. I would rather have a pinch hitter than the pitcher up in this situation. I mean, as we move along, we'll be able to power up our pitcher's batting stats. Oh, and Bat C1 strikes out looking. That'll end the inning. Lucky 7 fight coming up. We'll bring in Tracy. We did power him up last time, so he should be a little bit better now, but there's a leadoff single. Ladies trying to get those runs back. Susan swings and misses. There's a drive, though, into right field. It's deep. Right fielder Jerry is under it, though. He makes the play for the first out. Emma hitting 187 grounds weakly to Will, who steps on the bag, throws it to second, gets the double play. Let's head to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're all knotted up at 2. Groucho hitting 444 to lead things off. He awaits the pitch. That's outside. 1-0 the count to Groucho Marx. Legendary silent film. Or not silent film. Legendary talkie comedian. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Groucho swings and there's a pop fly to the second baseman. That's an easy out. 1 away. Charlie Chaplin swings and pops this one foul. Let's hope it gets out of play. It will barely. 0-1. Chaplin hitting 583 with no home runs. Here's the swing, and it's a liner past the third baseman. Charlie's going to have himself a double. Runner in scoring position for Jerry. He swings and grounds one to the opposite field in between the shortstop and the third baseman. That'll drive in Charlie Chaplin. It is 3-2. Hilarious comedians. Chad will be up next. The third baseman trying to drive in another run. He swings and misses. 3-2 comedians. Bottom of the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch on the way. Chad swings and pops one high. It will be playable in foul territory for the catcher, Susan. And that's 2 away. So Will Farrell now hitting 375, trying to extend this inning by any means necessary. He looks at a ball. The next one is a strike in there, even the count at 1. Another strike, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2, and Will swings late to protect the plate, fouls this one off. Had some distance, but it was way foul. Another 1-2 pitch on the way. Will swings and grounds this one to the first baseman to end the inning. Comedians break the tie, 3-2, heading to the 8th inning. Hong will get pinch hit for once again. Rachel, who's not really hitting well, she's 166, not sure why they keep doing that. And she weakly grounds to the shortstop, who throws her out very handily. 1 away, Juana's gonna get pinch hit for. Jocelyn will get another chance. She's come off the bench before, but has not gotten a hit and still won't have a hit. 2 away. That'll bring up Gina, the third baseman. There's a weak grounder to the third baseman, Che. Catches it and throws her out. Quick 1-2-3 inning. Let's head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Grace comes in. She's got a 3.75 ERA. She's pitching to Adam. He swings and drives one into right field. That's going to drop, and it's going to get past the right fielder. That's going to be a lead-off double for the Hilarious Comedians. Let's see if they can get a rally going. Get a few insurance runs. It's 3-2. Ian swings and he grounds one to the shortstop, who makes a poor decision. And everybody is safe. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Judd hitting .363, trying to get that second home run, but it's a weak grounder instead. There's 1, and the double play is completed. So runner at third, but 2 away. Here's Tracy, the pitcher. He pops one up just inside the foul line, and the third baseman catches it to end the inning. All right, fasten those seatbelts. 3-2. Here's the pitch from Tracy. There's a liner to Che for the first out. Cheryl up. See if she can get another home run for the ladies. There's a pop fly. It's going to be just beyond the infield. Will run back and catch it 2 away. Last chance for the ladies. It's Chris, the left fielder. She grounds one. Oh, it's going to find its way into the left field area. There's a single. Tying run is on for the ladies. Here's Dania, the center fielder. She's got a hits a pop fly. Left fielder cannot get there. Ladies have got something cooking, but there are 2 outs. Here's Susan, the catcher. She swings and grounds weakly to the first baseman, who steps on the bag to end the game. So the hilarious comedians take this one 3-2 and get another $60,000. Next time, we'll power up the squad even more. Make sure you finesse that like button and subscribe to the page for more retro gaming content just like this. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.